Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be doing some yoga for spinal arthritis or spinal health in general. Just being mindful that some of these exercises may not be suitable if you have a fused spine. If you are suffering from a fused spine, just sticking to shoulder and hip stretches, just keeping the mobility in the shoulders and the hips. If your spine hasn't fused yet, then these exercises are going to do a lot of good. So today, before we get started, you'll need a few things. A yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, a book or a pillow will work just as well. A yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt or piece of rope or anything you can get your hands on will be just fine. And a towel. So with your towel, I folded my towel in half again, and then with the towel long ways, I rolled it. So I just have my towel nice and rolled up here. So once you have everything you need for your practice today, find a space in your house, especially if you don't have a really good supportive yoga mat. Find a carpeted space or put down some blankets just to kind of cushion the knees here. We don't want to cause any stress to the knees. So once you're ready, just making your way onto the hands and knees. Coming into a tabletop position with your knees under your hips. Hands are under your shoulders. Finding a neutral spine. So here in a neutral spine, we just mind that the belly doesn't dip down and that we don't pull the tailbone underneath and lift up through the shoulders. We want to be nice and flat. So here in a tabletop, we just kind of eliminate the downward force of gravity on the spine. So when we're upright, gravity is pulling the spine down, compressing, compressing, compressing. When we come onto the hands and knees, we provide support and just eliminate some of that downward force. So once we're on the hands and knees, we're going to begin to just gently crawl around. So just crawling, just allowing the body to move without that downward force. So just making a circle in one direction. And when you get back to center, we'll switch directions. Just moving the opposite way. When you come back to center, we'll just readjust, keeping the hands under the hips, or the knees under the hips, hands under your shoulders. So you inhale, let the belly dip down, tilt the tailbone up, bring the gaze up to cow. And as you exhale, round the spine, pull the tailbone in, lift up through the shoulders to cat. Inhale, float back to cow. And exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale to cat. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Take the knees wide. The big toes come together. Sit back on your heels. Stretch your hands straight out in front. Take the forehead down to the mat as you lengthen out through the spine. You can stay here as long as you'd like. But when you're ready to move, we'll gently press the hands into the mat, lift the elbows up, and gently walk the hands over to the right side. So if you're feeling any pinching or pulling in the shoulders here, you can take the hands wider apart. So it's just whatever feels best for you. And you can gently relax back down to the floor here as you stretch through the left side. When you're ready to move, press the hands into the floor, lift the elbows up, and walk the hands all the way over to the left this time as you stretch through the right side. When you're ready, walking the hands back to center. And just stretch it out one last time. And then press the hands into the mat, lift the elbows, shift your weight forward, come back into your tabletop. And here we'll set up our pigeon pose, so I'll just turn to face you. Bringing the knees together and the feet together. We're going to swing the feet all the way over to the right. And then step your right foot straight back. Nice. Here, flex or point your front toes. So this protects your knee. And once you've done this, gently slide your back leg back until you come to rest on the mat. So if you don't have this flexibility in the hips, you may not come all the way down to the mat, and that's okay. If that's the case, taking a block or a pillow, if you don't have a block or a book, is fine. Here, maybe you can't come down to the floor, so place your block underneath that left hip or the left thigh, and you can gently come to rest on the block. So the important thing is that you're supported here so that you can relax the muscles in the legs, in the low back, in the hips. And from here, if you feel that you're able, you can come down to the mat. And you can take your forehead all the way down, or you can take your forehead to stacked fists, or you can just chill out here. Whatever feels best for you. You can stay here as long as you like, or as long as you feel is necessary. But when you're ready, gently rise up off your pillow or your block. Just gently move it out of the way. And sit your weight back down into that left hip. And swing your right knee all the way out to meet the left. Make your way back onto the hands and knees. It's just evening that out. We're going to swing the feet over to the left. Step the left foot straight back. Flex or point the front toes. And gently slide your back leg all the way back. So this side may be different. Maybe this side you do find that you're able to come all the way down to the floor. If not, using your props, so using a block or a pillow, you can place your block or your pillow underneath your right hip or thigh, just supporting the body, relaxing all the muscles in the legs, in the hips, in the low back. And then make your way down as close to the floor as you want to come. And same thing on this side, staying here as long as you like, or as long as you feel it's necessary. When you're ready to come out, just gently sitting up, lifting up off your block or pillow, and then sit your weight down into the right hip and swing your left knee out in front, this time making our way into a seated position. So you can come to sit. Here, if you do have a block or a pillow or a book, gently sit on this prop. Just keep the hips above your knees. Just let the knees fall wide here. That's it. So here we're going to take our strap or our belt or whatever it is that we found today. Depending on how long your strap is, you can gently fold it in half if you need to. And then taking your fists about 4 inches apart on your strap, we're just going to gently pull on the strap in opposite directions. Stretch the arms straight out in front. When you're ready, lifting the arms up and overhead. So as you're doing this, as you're lifting up and overhead, what you want to make sure doesn't happen is as you lift up, you don't want to start to arch the back as you lift the hands up. So here we want to keep the belly button in towards the spine so your stomach is contracted. So we keep the spine nice and long and straight and flat. Keeping the spine in this position, lifting the hands up and overhead. Nice. So just breathing here, becoming aware of the shoulders. When you're ready, gently leaning the hands over to the right. Just stretching down through the left side. And coming back up to center. Check in with your back, making sure you've got your belly button pulled in. And then leaning over to the left. As you stretch through the right side. And coming back to center. And very slowly lowering the hands down. Here we can unfold the strap. Place your hands about 3 feet apart on your strap. And same thing, we're going to gently pull in opposite directions as you lift your arms up and overhead. So exactly the same thing. Keep your belly button pulled in. Don't let your belly pop out. Lifting the hands nice, way up and overhead. We're going to bring the strap back towards the back of the room. So the strap is coming behind your head. So if you were to see this from the side, the strap will be coming way back behind my head. So just stretching here. And bringing the strap right up and over your head. Take your right hand forward and down. And then down further and back behind you. So you can gently pull up with your left hand here on the strap. So from the side, we look something like this. And then bringing the right hand down, forward, and up. We'll take the hands right back behind the head. Notice any differences from side to side. Notice which arm feels better, which arm feels worse, which one feels different. Bring the hands back up over the head and take the left hand forward and down and back as you gently pull up with your right hand. And then taking your left hand down, forward, and up. Let the hands come back behind the head. And take the hands forward and all the way down in front. Okay. So here we can leave the strap long if you like. If you like to fold it in half, feel free. We're going to take the strap in your right hand. So you're taking just one end of the strap in your right hand. You're going to lift the right hand up and overhead. Let your strap come behind you. As you bend the right elbow, your right hand comes down your back. Then reaching the left hand out to your side. Turn your palm to face the back of the room. Bending the left elbow, take your left hand behind you and reach for your strap. So just grabbing anywhere on the strap. If you can touch fingers or link hands, feel free. If not, just holding the strap is fine. And staying here as long as you like. When you're ready to come out, release your left hand from the strap. Gently bring it out in front. Lift the right hand up to the ceiling and come back down in front. So we're going to switch sides, taking the strap in the left hand. Lift your left hand up and overhead. Bring your strap behind you. Bend the left elbow. Let the left hand come down your back. Reaching the right hand out to the side. Palm faces the back of the room. Bend the right elbow and gently reach for your strap. That's it. If you can link hands on this side, feel free. If not, don't worry about it. Holding on to the strap is enough. So these shoulder exercises with the strap are really great for anyone with a fused spine or anyone in general. And just when you're ready, releasing the right hand, stretch the left hand up, and come back out in front. So here we don't need the strap at this moment in time. We're going to remove your block from underneath of you. Here we'll make our way onto our backs. So we're going to come right down onto the floor any way you see fit. And here we'll keep the knees bent. Place the soles of the feet on the mat. As you inhale, we're going to arch the back. Press your tailbone into the mat so your low back lifts up off the floor. You can maybe place your hands underneath your back. As you exhale, we're going to contract the stomach and gently press the low back into the mat. As you inhale, arch the back. And exhale, gently press the low back down. And inhale, lift. And exhale, press. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, press. Nice. Here we're going to take our towel, all rolled up. You want to place your towel at the bottom of your shoulder blades. So right at the bottom of your shoulder blades. And then we're going to make our way onto our backs. Knees can remain bent here. This will help take any pressure out of the low back. And when you're ready, just gently release the head towards the floor. Very nice. If you feel that you want to and that you can straighten the legs. But you don't have to. So it's whatever feels best for you. Nice. Once we've rested here for a few moments, you can lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And just draw your shoulders back down towards the floor. So it's a very small motion, but we're just plug the shoulders in. And keeping the hands shoulder width apart, we'll gently stretch them for the back of the room. So they may stop here, or they may be able to come all the way down to the floor or the mat behind you. You can grab a hold if you can. And just pausing here. And same thing, just trying to relax all the muscles in the body. Just let gravity pull the body down towards the floor. And when you're ready, lifting the hands back up towards the ceiling. And let them fall down by your sides. And you can make your way up off of your towel. And here we'll just take your block in hand, just so that it's with you when we need it. We're going to make our way back onto our back. Very nice. As you inhale, I want you to press your feet into the floor and lift the hips up off the mat. You can take this block at any height you prefer. So obviously taller being more intense, shorter being less intense. We're going to take the block and place it underneath your sacrum, so the triangular bone at the base of your spine, so right between your hip bones. And then let the hips come down to rest on the block. You can let your arms just rest by your sides here. Let gravity pull the body down into the block. And if this feels pretty good, just staying just as you are. If you're not feeling much here, you can gently walk your feet straight out in front. So this makes it a little bit more intense. So just listening to your body, seeing what feels best for you. And you can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to come out, walking your feet back in towards you. You could even do a couple of variations here. You could bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees fall wide. So this changes the sensation in the low back. Different rotation of the hips. And then again, staying here, where you can draw the knees in towards each other. Imagining that your knees are glued together, stepping the feet to the outside edges of the mat, or farther if the mobility is there. If not, don't worry about it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Just choosing any variation that feels best for you. And if you feel like doing them all, by all means, go straight ahead. And when you're ready to come out, just drawing the feet back onto the mat. On your inhale, press the feet down as you lift the hips up. Remove your block and gently roll the spine down to the mat. Nice. Here, you can leave your arms where they are, down by your sides. You can take them out into a big capital letter T, or you can make a capital letter Y. So capital letter Y is the most intense, T being medium, and with your arms down by your sides being the least amount of intensity. So choosing whatever's feeling best for you today. With your knees apart, we're going to take your feet mat width apart and turn your toes outwards on a 45-degree angle so they point towards the top corners of the room. Here, we're just going to gently let the knees fall to the right. So we're not pushing or pulling, we're just letting gravity do the work. And then bring the knees back up to center and let them fall to the left. And take them back to center, let them fall to the right. And to center, and let them fall to the left. And one more time, up and over to the right. And one more time, up and over to the left. We'll bring the knees back to center and stretch the legs straight out. Let your arms rest by your sides. Come into Savasana or corpse pose. And just resting here while you receive the benefits of your practice. Or maybe you go on to some other parts of your practice. Yogi's choice. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.